Testing, testing. I'm assuming the mic is working this time. Hi, welcome to part 3 of Silent Hill 2. My name is Chris Taylor. I am the Ass Clown King, and today we are hoping to actually beat the game. Now, just as a quick reminder, whenever there is a note, I will be reading it out loud. Whenever there is a cutscene, and considering we're at the end of the game, there are a few cutscenes to get through. I will be radio silent, except for maybe one thing that will pop up a little bit later. And welcome to Sam and Brian. You guys are regulars here. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you've been enjoying the game so far. If you haven't, well, we're at the end, so you made it this far. Congratulations. Just as a little bit of a recap, last time we made it all the way through the Nightmare Hospital, worked our way to the Historical Society, which then led into the prison section, something that the remake lengthened by a wide margin, and it was not necessarily to my liking. There is one thing that I forgot to bring up that time around, and that is about a very specific set of cutscenes. When we run into Angela and that boss fight, in the original game, we see Maria behind the bars, reminding us that she's actually not dead first. It's one of the most chilling cutscenes in the whole game, second only to the boss fight and what we can infer that Angela had to go through. Now, in that cutscene, Angela makes reference to the fact that looks like James maybe have found somebody else. We only actually see Maria is alive after that boss fight in the remake. Now, in my opinion, that actually lessens the impact of that particular scene because we're supposed to not quite trust what Angela is telling us. And of course, James is looking for his dead wife. He'd never found anybody outside of his wife. He's been mourning her for 3 years, when in actuality, 30 seconds ago, we saw she is alive. Well, Maria, anyways, and he is pursuing her. I find it has less of an impact when, as soon as Angela mentions, oh, you have somebody else that you may not have quite made that connection with, well, 30 seconds after that cutscene is when you see Maria in the remake. So, we're now afterwards, all through the prison section, all through the unknown section where Pyramid Head was stabbing us with a spear. We finally bump into, I forget his name, Eddie, Eddie Dombrowski. And James, not missing a beat, basically references that he's crazy and then gets shot at. So, just a wise man, this James person is. Uh, then I saved, and we called it a night. So now we have a long boat ride ahead of us over the lake of corpses to get to the hotel. So, camera off, game on. Thanks again for joining us. Now, as per usual, if the sound is a little bit off, please let me know. I'll adjust things as we go along. You'll also notice that I am wielding the shotgun, and the shotgun is not going to be unequipped for basically the rest of the game. Now, if we're playing this on any difficulty, you just have to use the D-pad to get to that light, and it's, if you'll pardon the pun, smooth sailing to get to the hotel. But if you're playing on hard in an effort to get the 10-star run, you actually have to use the analog sticks, and it is way less intuitive. Uh, for some reason, this boat section, you can actually hold the square button like you could for when you're just standing around and actually run. Um, it works in the boat. No idea why. And yeah, but trying to hold the square button and wiggle both control sticks to get this to happen was just, it's not fun. But, you know, early 2000s game control schemes were not always sensical. This place hasn't changed at all in 3 years. And he knows this without going inside yet. There's a fountain in the shape of a bird. No water is coming out of it right now. So we got the Little Mermaid music box. We need to get 3 music boxes to turn on the clock, which will give us a key to progress. Now I like to check out my items periodically just to make sure that nothing has changed. Angela's knife is still stained with something red. Huh. There's nothing written on the note. The letter that Mary sent to us. I do appreciate the little attention to details in this game. Room 312, waiting for you. What's this? That's the room Mary and I stayed in. Mary, are you there? Or maybe... And because I am a loving and caring husband, I'm going straight to room 312 if I can. And I can't. Now, the wonderful thing about wearing headphones is that you hear everything. And in case you missed it, somebody behind that gate said my name. Almost. We're gonna go to Cafe Toluca first. Or not. Ah, it's the Lakeshore. Sorry, I always get confused as to which room we're actually supposed to go in. So Sam, Brian, how are you guys doing today?
Did I scare you?
Yeah, you did.
You're here to find Mary. aren't you, James? Well, have you?
No. Is that why you're here too?
She's here, isn't she? If you know where she is, tell me. I'm tired of walking.
I wish I knew.
But she said it in her letter.
What letter?
Wanna read it? But don't tell Rachel, okay?
Who's Rachel?
She was our nurse. I took it from her locker.
My dearest Laura, I'm leaving this letter with Rachel to give to you after I'm gone. I'm far away now, in a quiet, beautiful place. Please forgive me for not saying goodbye before I left. Be well, Laura. Don't be too hard on the sisters. And Laura, about James, I know you hate him because you think he isn't nice to me, but please give him a chance. It's true he may be a little surly sometimes and he doesn't laugh much, but underneath, he's really a sweet person. Laura, I love you like my very own daughter. If things had worked out differently, I was hoping to adopt you. Happy 8th birthday, Laura. Your friend forever, Mary.
Laura, how old are you?
I turned 8 last week.
So, Mary couldn't have died 3 years ago. Could she really be here? Is this the quiet, beautiful place she was talking about?
Me and Mary talked a lot about Silent Hill. She even showed me all her pictures. She really wanted to come back. That's why I'm here. Maybe you'll get it if you see the other letter. The one, Mary. Huh? I must have dropped it.
Laura!
I gotta find it.
Laura!
Not too bad finishing Unreal. Oh, sorry. I don't know why. I thought you were talking about a game, but no, you're finishing WWE Unreal. Yeah, I liked it. It was good. It was not as good as the first season. And yeah, kind of wish we would have gotten a little bit more on other things. So, a couple of interesting things. The enemies don't actually show up in the hotel until you see that cutscene. And this is the only time that a nether character's manifestations show up as things that you need to fight. Since not the mannequins, but the door enemies on the first floor are palette swapped, less health versions of what we fought earlier. Yeah. You're on the Jelly Roll episode. You know, listen, I was impressed that he managed to lose as much weight and get into as much shape as he could possibly be in for that match. I don't know if it was the right call to put another celebrity in a match, given how often WCW was put down for doing the exact same thing. The key to the room where Mary and I stayed. There was a note right here. Mr. James Sunderland, the videotape you forgot here is being kept in the office on the first floor. Office on the first floor. Still really don't like those things. And second floor it is. So I had heard of Jelly Roll, but I didn't really pay any attention to him because it's country music and that's really not my thing. Shotgun shells. Alright, so now I have what I need to get into that locked room. Isn't going to stop me from checking every room. There's an open book on top of the desk. It looks like a medical book. Already read enough medical books. None of them ever did any good. So, you know, shotgun ammo. That works much better. Whoops. Forgot to check that last room, but I don't think... Oh. If they offered me the same deal, I would too. Well, yeah. I don't know about how I would deal with the stress of that situation, though, to be honest. have sworn there was something in here. If speed can be in the Royal Rumble, so could I. You know what? I take back what I said. Just, if it's fun for you, have at it, man. I think there was one tiny sliver of time when I was way younger than I am now, where there could have been a chance that I could be an athletic person, and I am happy to talk. I don't necessarily think I need to to do crazy jumps and hurt myself. I'm good. I'm good being a mouth. Ooh, employee elevator key. Photos are scattered all over the bed. What is this? Part of the photo has been colored over with a marker. Oh, we'll get to that in just a moment. Now we have to get up to the 3rd floor. Is there another set of stairs? Yes, there is. Everybody, be careful of your ears. Weight allowance, 1 person. So here's the thing. You get a whole bunch of free health drinks and a save point, but you can't actually go in the elevator with any of your items. So you can keep your notes, but you have to get rid of everything. No bullets, no guns. You can't even use your flashlight. This is where the fun begins. I forgot to save. Oh well. And now we have the complete map. The videotape we completely forgot about. And a can opener. How can we become famous so I can do a guest match by 40? I guess stuff like this? In the hopes that people will watch? I mean, like, I don't see myself becoming like a multi-billion-dollar comedian or anything, but I'm not that bad. Did I miss any doors? That's the staircase to go down to the next room, but I think there's a couple of other things in here first. There it is. That's music box number 2. Pumpkins and apples here. Does this door unlock? No. Alright. Okay, so up to the stairs we go. Don't want you, legs. Or you. Couple of health drinks. Then we use the can opener because this is a metal tin of light bulbs. Seen worse things. But I think I have to go back to the boiler room first. So all of this so I can even try to use a key. Because for some reason, you can't actually use the bar key until you use the light bulb. Can of thinner. And it was on the second floor. Which I cannot get to from here. Yes, I can. But here's what I like. You saw the mannequins. I get everything back. No mannequins anymore. And it's not like they're afraid of me. So, let's use the thinner. No. And now we have our 3 music boxes. So, no more stalling. Let's see if Mary is still alive. I don't know why it asks you every time to play the music box, because you don't actually get anything out of it until you do this. I don't remember if there's anything else here, and I don't think so. But I check everything because I am a crazy person. Well, thorough. But no, that's it. Has no thoughts about anything in this room. But there is a VCR. Remember that, kiddos? VCRs. It's how us old people used to watch our Disney movies.
Are you taping again? Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James.
Mary.
So there you are, James. Did you get the letter? Did you find Mary? If not, let's get going already, okay?
Laura. Mary's gone. She's dead.
Liar, that's a lie!
No, that's not true.
She died because she was sick?
No, I killed her.
You killer! Why'd you do it? I hate you! I want her back! Give her back to me! I knew it! You didn't care about her! I hate you, James! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! She was always waiting for you. Why? Why?
I'm sorry. The Mary you know isn't here. Laura, I'm sorry.
Where are you? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you. Please come to me. Do you hate me? Is that why you won't come? James?
That voice!
James? Please hurry.
And now we see the hotel for what it really is. See, it turns out, shortly after James and Mary spent their time here, the place burned down. His flashlight does not work anymore. We're gonna save. And this is where a lot of players check out on James in general being anything even remotely close to a sympathetic character. I'm going to cover that a little bit more in the end, but I can't say that those people are wrong. I always make it a point whenever I'm playing a game to use the word protagonist instead of hero, because I find it to be a lot more accurate. Nobody in this game is really a good heroic type person, least of all James, except maybe Eddie. But again, we'll get to that in a bit.
Mary's going to die? You must be joking.
I'm very sorry.
But you're a doctor. It's your job to heal people. How can you just let her die?
Please, calm down. As her doctor, I promise I'll do what I can. But there's still no effective treatment for her condition.
How long does she have?
I'm afraid I'm not sure. 3 years at most. Perhaps 6 months. It's impossible to say with certainty.
So that conversation is where it's theorized that James got the 3 years in his head, because if Laura got that letter within the last week, there's no way that Mary died 3 years ago. But if that's the case, what happened? Well, when you are depressed and you go through a traumatic circumstance, the way James would have by taking care of his wife, and I don't mean that in a what he literally did in that videotape, but just in general, caring for a sick, diseased person will not necessarily fill you with a whole lot of hope or happiness. So, in the end, James's mind cracked. It could not handle what was going on, specifically after he killed his wife. So his mind clung to certain details, but not everything. Let's get some more health drinks. Some ammo. First aid kit. Anybody who's played a video game knows that once you get stocked up on a whole bunch of stuff, bad things are about to happen.
you're the only one left. Maybe then I can rest. Mama, why are you running away? You're not my mama. It's you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Angela, no.
Thank you for saving me. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserved what happened.
No, Angela, that's wrong.
No, don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me. Will you love me? Take care of me? Heal all my pain? That's what I thought. James, give me back that knife.
No, I won't.
Saving it for yourself?
Me? No, I'd never kill myself. It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too. For me, it's always like this.
I cannot stress enough how ahead of its time this game was in terms of being able to have a character like Angela and not have it turn into something farcical or something far worse than it could have been. I find of all of the characters in this game, Angela is the most heartbreaking and real risk that I think a lot of fans of this game had, and rightfully so, is how Bloober Team was going to handle specifically Angela's character in the remake. And not necessarily unfounded, but at the very least the end result, I think, is one of the few things that added to without adding too much or making it extraneous or, as has been brought up a few times, fetch questy. And now we have yet another cutscene.
Stop! Leave her alone!
was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
Really proving Angela right here with the wanting to kill myself thing. So, back to the theories. This is the first time that we've seen two pyramid heads instead of one. And a lot of people think that this is because Pyramid Head manifests itself as, well, the number of Pyramid Heads represents the amount of people that James kills. First for Mary, and then later on in the game when you kill Eddie as a boss fight. I don't necessarily think that that is accurate, and I only say this because of the very first enemy that you defeat in the game. The lying figure when you get your wooden... Oh.
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here! Leave me alone already! I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James, wait. Please don't go. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die. Help me.
So early on, when you get your wooden plank, you kill a lying figure. Now, in the dark world, after the hospital, when you go back to that area, it's all lined up with police tape. My theory is that you legitimately kill somebody at that point, but you're seeing everything as monsters because, I mean, it's impossible to deny that there's some supernatural elements to this game. Let's be real. And yeah, so I don't think Pyramid Head is. I don't think there's two Pyramid Heads in that boss fight because you killed two people. I think it's just you're still not 100% necessarily taking responsibility. And so Pyramid Head is acting as that final barrier that James has in his own mind of not taking full responsibility and accountability for his actions in killing his wife. Regardless of what you feel about euthanasia, he did still commit murder.
Mary?
Wrong again. Mary's dead. You killed her.
Maria? Maria, I'm done with you.
What do you mean? But I can be yours. I'll be here for you forever. And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad. That's what you wanted.
Now I understand. The problem is, you're not Mary.
No, James. I won't let you. I'll never let you have your Mary back.
So this creature is a combination of every monster that you have fought throughout the entire game, including the boss fights. Some very important distinctions that are about to come up in this dialogue. I may point them out during the cutscene.
Mary?
James.
Forgive me.
I told you that I wanted to die, James. I wanted the pain to end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer. No. That's not the whole truth. You also said that you didn't want to die. The truth is, part of me hated you for taking away my life.
You
Part of
killed
me, very important.
You're suffering for it. It's enough, James.
Mary?
James,
Now I understand the real reason I came to this town. I wonder, what was I afraid of? Without you, Mary, I've got nothing. Now we can be together.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most, especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
And that is the main story of Silent Hill 2. Gonna see if I can skip this, which I can. And we're gonna pause for just a moment. So, in water, uh, James can't deal with the guilt of killing his wife and then kills himself. Um, this is the ending that I think fits his character the best. It's definitely the one that I think fits a first playthrough the best. I know I mentioned it earlier, but like in part one, but anytime you play a survival horror game, you're stockpiling everything, you're taking more hits than you think you need to, and you're kind of waiting to the last minute to use all your healing items. And walking around in Silent Hill while you're in a ton of pain is gonna give you points to get this ending. So is listening to all of the cutscenes, so is finding as many notes as you can. The diary that's on the roof. Um, I have always thought that that diary comes from Mary herself when she was sick in the hospital. Naturally, the hospital not having its name on the map, I truly believe that Mary spent some time in that hospital herself, and that's why she's asking James to come see her in Silent Hill. She says it flat out. I'm alone there now in our special place. That technically, that letter is a real letter. My theory is that James read it, only remembered the very beginning of it, because our brains, whenever we think of things and whenever we remember things, we remember the beginnings, we remember the ends. I don't even think he read the whole letter the first time around. He got it, and either he got the letter right after Mary died or right before he decided that he needed to end her and his own suffering. Silent Hill, some people have said, is kind of like everybody's personal hell. So the monsters that you see, the areas that you go to are very much tied to your own psyche and whatever it is that you're trying to deal with by going to Silent Hill. Um, if it's like that, I lean more towards the TV show Lucifer version of hell, where you're going through your own trauma over and over again because you feel guilt, and the only way to leave is to absolve yourself of guilt and take full responsibility for your actions. In the cutscene where James is talking to Mary, um, where he has one last final conversation with her before whatever ending it is, that cutscene is mostly identical between Leave and In Water, and the only difference that I can remember is when he says, "No, that's not true. A part of me wanted you out of the way and to end my own suffering." And the reason why it's like he kills himself, the reason why you see the corpses all over the town that are just James, is because the town is trying to show him that he's dying or he's dead or that he should do this because he is guilty and he feels He doesn't recognize his responsibility in his actions. In Leave, he doesn't say a part of me hated you. He says, I hated you for what you did to me, or something very similar to that. And I think in doing that, in accepting full responsibility for committing euthanasia for his wife, that is what allowed him to drop the act, fully accept responsibility for his actions, and leave the town. Not only that, but as you walk through, or as you see him walk through the graveyard, Laura's with him. So even though, yeah, she hates him, and rightfully so, um, she trusts him enough to be able to leave the town with him. There are several other endings to this game. There's a dog ending and a UFO. Feel free to look them up. They're less serious for sure. Uh, but then there's also the Maria ending and the Resurrection ending. The Maria ending, as soon as you're done killing the amalgamation of enemies at the end of the game, it's actually Mary who speaks to you and not Maria. So you're killing Mary again. You're not taking any responsibility at all. You're just choosing to remain oblivious and to stay with Maria. And then she coughs because it turns out she has the same disease that Mary has. And James very not so subtly says that he will do the same thing again because he says, like, you have to take care of that cough. Absolutely signifying that he is going to just repeat the process over again. And then the resurrection ending. In a New Game Plus, you can find other items scattered throughout the town. Those items are significant for the sub scenario that I'm about to start. And with those items, because of the supernatural elements in the Land of Silent Spirits, um, you resurrect your wife. Who knows what further damage that's going to cause? We don't see anything beyond just him taking his paddle boat to some island out in the middle of the lake to perform this ritual. The reason why I played this game twice a year, every year, and then stopped was 100% because of my mother. This is one of the first games where I played it and we both kind of looked at it from a story perspective, and it holds very strongly in me in terms of the way I analyze art and other games and other media, really, and trying to dive deeper into the characters and the story within it. And in 2013, she was diagnosed with cancer. She spent 2 weeks in the hospital just wasting away. And I feel like, as much as James is, right or not, um, seen as a monster for what he did, I can understand it. And I think, look, nobody can say 100% what they would do in a situation like that, but um, yeah, I can definitely see where somebody would get to the point where they would want to do something like that. And I think because of how close to home that hit, I stopped playing this game for a long, long time. Um, Partially just it reminded me of a really good time, and I didn't want to think about it, and it reminded me of a absolutely destructive time that I did not want to repeat. And until I kind of moved past that, I didn't really want that on purpose reminder. So now, now that we've gone through the main game, there's a sub scenario that the internet wants Bloober Team to remake or add as DLC to the remake. Given how long the Silent Hill 2 remake is, I'm kind of glad that they didn't. they put a tongue-in-cheek reference to it as you leave the park before you move on to the hospital while you're still with Maria in the remake, where you see a mansion and she references like some lore about what that mansion represents. We're just gonna dive right into it, and I'm gonna blitz through this scenario in the hopes of ending it before I have no energy. Um, Not a whole lot of storyline things that I'm going to be interrupting this time around. I'm definitely more engrossed into the main scenario in terms of my theories and thoughts. But at the end, I will reference a few YouTubers that if you are interested in learning more about the story, I would highly recommend looking up those videos. And when I go to upload this at the end and I put this on YouTube, I will be linking those particular videos as well. But if you want to not watch a video, the very first bit of lore dumping that I got was from a strategy guide on the GameFAQs website from a user called President Evil. Um, he wrote a whole story analysis about Silent Hill 2. One of his first guides was about Silent Hill 1, and through him making those two story guides, he got a full-time job at Brady Games and Prima. There's a lot of strategy guides that I bought in the early to late 2000s that ended up being written by him, which is probably why I have such a strong liking for collecting strategy guides because there are some of the few that actually had all of the details that you need to get everything that you want out of a game. So, enough of me rambling. Let's begin.
Do I fight and
I'm just going to restart that because I was dumb and had my desktop audio off. So, Sam, if you're still here, what did you think?
when I woke up, I was all alone. Everyone's gone. Is it because of those monsters? What do I do now? Do I fight and live? Or do those monsters get me? I don't have any reason to go on living. But I'm scared to die. I'm so afraid of pain. Should I run away? I want to find somebody. I don't like being alone. But is there anyone left alive?
So, a gun with one bullet. People like to think that Maria is just a manifestation of the town, or James's psyche, or just she doesn't exist outside of James. I strongly disagree. I think she was somebody beforehand, not necessarily like looking like this, but definitely somebody who worked at Heaven's Night, had her own personality beforehand, and was just a close enough facility or fake Mary, basically, to go through what she had to go through, and to show James what he was really all about. Chinese cleaver, first aid kit, and that's why the posters, when you're at the very beginning of the game, and James is in the bathroom, you actually see posters of Maria on the bathroom walls. Now, once again, there's a whole bunch of things that are going to stop us from progressing, because this is a very small section of the game, and it's heavily guided into the different sections. There's nothing for me to do here, which is good. It just means that she doesn't need the hospital. Oh. So I apologize in advance. This is actually something that I have not done as often as the rest of the game, so I don't always have a solid idea of where I need to go. At least not compared to the main scenario. Where do I got it? There we go. Once again, gotta open or try to open every single door. Yeah. Alright, so I was right the first time. And I love that they give you enough revolver bullets to just go ham. Alright. What did I miss? The lounge.
Is somebody there? Open up. Hello?
Stop it. You're disturbing me.
Thank God. I finally found somebody. Can you open the door?
No.
But why?
Is it really necessary for me to answer all your tedious questions?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I want to be alone. Other people just irritate me.
I just want to see another human face.
you know what's happening in this town? There's no one here. Just monsters.
Yes, I know. But so what? It has nothing to do with me. No one here means there's no one to disturb me.
You want to be alone in this insane asylum?
Yes, exactly. But how can you say that it's this town that's insane? Perhaps it's we who are insane. Both of us. Hopelessly insane. Are you satisfied? Would you leave me alone?
My name is Maria. What's your name?
Ernest.
Hemingway?
Baldwin.
Ernest? I'll be back.
He seems friendly.
Ernest? Are you there? No, I guess not.
All right. There's got to be something back upstairs. Alright, I'm missing something and I don't remember what.
Ernest? Are you there? No.
Alright, well, time to check all the doors again. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So, important thing to note. There's 4 colored boards. All of them Along with you died joy, all that remains is despair and a future of meaningless tomorrows. But I will never give up. One, to see your beautiful smile again. One, to beg the blessings of the gods. I wait for that day. When the boards cover all sadness too will be covered, but until my dreams return to reality, I will have to swallow all the pain. There's a key firmly embedded in the stone beneath the depression. No matter how hard I try, I can't pull it out. Alright, so I'm going to do something that I haven't had to do in a long time and look up the solution. Almost. Taking out the boards again. But I almost had it right. So the trick is, you gotta put the whiteboard in first. Then the blackboard. Then the red board 90 degrees to the left. All the green is covered, key comes out. Easy peasy. Now, what key is this for? Acacia. So I'm assuming that it's for the other hallway door. So back up. Let's check here first, but I don't think it's for this. No. And it's the other one that's locked. small bed for a child. A doll is sitting on the chair. Now that I look closer, it's filthy. Whoever lived here must have really loved this thing. Bet Laura would love it. She loves bears. Laura? Who am I talking about?
Oh no! She fell out the window! Don't move her!
Hmm. There's something below the chair. Is this a birthday card? To my dearest daddy, happy birthday, from Amy Baldwin.
Give it. To my daddy. Well, I am once again officially lost.
Lost memories. I have the strongest trust, you may even call it faith, in the miracle called resurrection of the dead. Upon the hill where the light descended, the beast intoned his song. With words of blood, drops of mist, and the vessel of night, the grave became an open field. The people wept in fear and joy at the reunion, but my faith in the salvation of Zuchipaba did not waver. It is also spoken of in the ancient legends. The original worshippers did not believe that death was the end, but that it was simply the path by which the deceased returned to nature. They also believed the process was reversible. There's something imprinted towards the bottom of the page. Did Ernest write this? What could it mean? Blood equals red, mist equals white, night equals black.
Do you know a little girl named Amy?
Why do you ask me that?
This letter. To my dearest daddy. It's from a girl named Amy Baldwin. Your daddy?
Yes. Where'd you find that?
Up in the attic.
Oh. What a fool. Now, when it's too late, I finally understand why. Why she was there. Why she was holding that empty envelope when she fell.
Ernest. Amy. She isn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I reminded you.
No need to apologize. You didn't remind me. I've never forgotten. Maria, some things we forget, and some things we can never forget. It's funny. I'm not sure which one is sadder. It's been 10 years, but I still.
Ernest. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
No, it's fine. Maria, that letter.
I'll leave it here.
Thanks. Maria? So you must be. That's why. That's why you could see me.
Huh?
So perhaps that means that I can hope for a miracle as well.
What do you mean?
In the apartment next door, there's a bottle containing a white liquid. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know it's in there somewhere. I must have it.
You want me to get it for you?
Please.
Why don't you just get it yourself?
If I could, believe me, I would. But
White?
I'll open the stairway door.
Ernest, do you really believe it will work?
I don't know.
That's okay. I don't mind fighting for an impossible cause. Anyway, it beats just giving up and doing nothing.
Maria, thank you.
Amy's present to her father Ernest found with the birthday card. I think I'll leave this here. Interesting. Is this the right way? No. I'm pretty sure this door's gonna be locked. So back we go. Keep out of Haunted Mansion. Well, that's not nice. appreciate that these things are just as easy to take down in Maria's scenario. And I got the white liquid. There's a save point here, but you also go in this room when you're with James, so makes sense. Nope. You even get the map in the same place. Disgusting. Still gonna check the door, even though it is definitely barricaded and closed. Dear Tim, I have to run an errand, so I'm going out. I left the house with the Uncle David. You know where he lives, don't you? The key is in the room near the first floor staircase. I'll be back as soon as I can, so please watch the place while I'm gone. Ah, yes. The first Pyramid Head boss fight room. Nothing in there for Maria. And nothing on the third floor. So, I'm going to check the last couple of rooms in here, and then give Ernest his white liquid. absolutely nothing here for me. Right, no map of the area.
Thank you, Maria. That's the only item I couldn't get myself. By the time I found out about it, I could no longer leave this house. So long.
Yes, but will...
Maria, the gods are here. You know it too. You were born in this town.
I'm not sure God is the right word.
Do you believe in fate?
Not really.
That's fine then.
Ernest, can I open this?
This is a dead end. There's nothing beyond here.
I know. So, what if I had said I believed in fate?
That James. He's a bad man.
James. He... Yes. I know.
He's looking for the you that isn't you.
Because he's kind? Do you know something?
Yes. Maria, you're...
Anyway, that's just what you think. You don't really know anything. That's fine.
Okay.
James.
Mary? No, you're not.
Do I look like your girlfriend? My name is Maria.
Now, as much as I would love to just let these credits roll, it is late. I am tired. And somehow that took 3 hours and 16 minutes? All right. Well, that was fun. It has been quite some time since I have actually completed the bonus scenario to this game, so I want to thank you for joining us. Next time, Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern-ish, will be not Silent Hill. I plan on actually doing a 3-star run of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It's another game that I've played many, many times, but I've never actually done any kind of challenge run. So, in the interest of trying to earn more retro achievements, I'm going to be doing that and only collecting the necessary items of the bottles and dungeon items. So, no maps, no compasses. There's an achievement for that too. So, wish me luck, and I'll see you there. Until then, let's enjoy one more song and then close out for the night. Thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you had fun. Have a good night.